First, let's look at what gravity is. Gravity is the force of attraction of an object around the center of the Earth or another celestial body. Gravity is related to the mass of an object and its position in the gravitational field. In other words, it can be defined as the ability of an object to attract other objects around it. Although gravity is usually thought of as the force of attraction between bodies, it is actually explained as the attraction of mass between two bodies. For example, the falling of an object on the surface of the Earth is caused by the force of gravity. Now, imagine a world without gravity and think. If this experience excites you, and you realize that everything would float weightlessly in space, stop and think again. Gravity is the reason our atmosphere stays on the Earth. So if we press the button and switch off gravity, the atmosphere will be blown into space, meaning that buildings, vehicles, people, and even soil and water will gradually become orbitless. Then the oceans, your desk, your phone, and everything else, including you, would slowly be blown out into space, and you would slowly drift away from it, slowly at first, then faster. Of course, you have the advantage that you can try to hold on to the Earth despite all the unfavorable conditions. That is, you can actually try to save yourself from being thrown away, and this will require very little effort. But there is a problem here too, because what holds our Earth together is its gravitational pull. So our Earth will want to break apart and float off into space. As the atmosphere gradually disappears into space, life-supporting oxygen and other gases are rapidly lost. Without gravity, winds and other weather phenomena will move uncontrollably, and sudden violent storms, hurricanes, and other natural disasters occur in the world. Without gravity, the shape of the Earth will change. The Earth rapidly evolves from a geoid to a perfectly round shape. Without gravity, the air currents in the atmosphere become unstable. Let's pause for a moment and think about everything hurtling into space. In fact, we experience similar slingshots every day. When a moving vehicle brakes, we feel a forward force. When it accelerates, we feel a rearward force. And when it corners, we are thrown in the opposite direction. These movements are examples of accelerated motion, and their effect is very similar to that of gravity. Similarly, Einstein said that gravity and accelerated motion are equivalent. Let's imagine you have a scale under your feet and you are in a rocket. When the rocket takes off, its acceleration should be cleverly adjusted so that your weight, the gravitational force acting on you, does not change even as you go into space. Is this possible? Of course it is possible. When we are traveling away from the Earth, i.e. when the force of gravity is less, we can increase the upward acceleration of the rocket to compensate for this. In the scenario at the beginning of this article, we canceled gravity by flicking a switch. Now let's stop the Earth. What would happen? Again, we can say that we would be thrown into space with everything on it, just as we feel in a car when it brakes, accelerates, or turns a corner. This thought-provoking scenario highlights the vital importance of gravity and the atmosphere. Gravity is the force that holds our world together and traps the atmosphere that supports life on our planet. If gravity were to suddenly disappear, it would be impossible to sustain life on Earth and everything would be blown out into space. This is one of the most frightening scenarios that humanity and our planet could face. However, this scenario is too far-fetched and scientifically impossible because gravity is a very powerful force based on the fundamental laws of physics, and its sudden disappearance is almost impossible. Join us on a journey of infinite unknown possibilities. Don't forget to like and subscribe.